Hey, welcome to Dinner by Dad Makes Soup, Episode 3. Today we'll be making broccoli cheddar soup by special request from my wife because it's her favorite. Coincidentally, it's also my mother's favorite soup, so no pressure there. Full disclosure, I've never made this soup before, but I've researched a couple of different recipes and it doesn't look that hard. Plus, I do have a charred broccoli soup in my repertoire, which is fantastic, frankly. I might make a video for that somewhere down the road. As for this recipe, I've got a couple of ideas in mind to give it a bit of a unique spin, so stay tuned to see what those are. For now, I need to finish chopping all this broccoli. I'm only using the florettes. The woody stems can go into a stir fry or something later in the week. Next, we'll need some chopped onion. Apologies, by the way, for the terrible camera angle. I'm still playing around trying to find the best camera positions, but my kitchen's the size of a shoebox. Maybe a big shoebox, but a shoebox. It'll be better next time, I promise. Okay, we're gonna need bacon. This is naturally smoked bacon, which will be the garnish for the finished soup. As you can see, I've already cut it into strips. Next, making her third consecutive appearance, some BTB chicken stock. I know I seem to use this product a lot, and I actually do, but it's just so convenient when you don't have time to make homemade stock. Of course, if you want a lighter soup, you can use veggie stock, but I like the extra flavor from the chicken. Finally, and this will also be garnish, some full-fat sour cream, because sour cream, cheddar, bacon, it all just makes sense to me, like loaded nacho vibes, and I love loaded nachos. Our second and last ingredient is cheddar. I'm using white cheddar, which is actually cheddar before it has an auto coloring added to it to turn it that deep yellow orange we all know. Taste-wise, it's not going to be any different. I've chosen white cheddar because I want the soup to be predominantly green. And the last ingredient is all-purpose flour. This will help thicken the soup. And that's it. Let's make some soup. So what I've got here is a pot full of stock, made with the BTB I just showed you. Into this will go the broccoli. I'll do it in 2 batches because it won't all fit at once. What I want to do is bring out the color in the veg. You can see here as I swish it around how vibrant and green the broccoli's getting. It's really beautiful, and I want that color in the bowl. I only need to do this for about 30 seconds. Then I'll pull them out and drop them in a colander that I've got in the sink. A quick rinse under cold water will stop any cooking and lock in that color. I'll repeat with the remaining broccoli, then reserve the rest of the broth for the soup. Time to get on with the bacon garnish. I'll drop the strips into my soup pot, let them sizzle, and do their thing. You didn't see it, but I pulled the bacon out. It's nice and crisp, ready to be used. And I drained the excess fat from the pot. Now it's time to add onions, as well as some butter. They'll cook a few minutes until soft. Like so. Now the flour can go in, and maybe a bit more butter. And I'll let this go for a few minutes to cook out the raw flour taste. Then it's in with the stock I used to parboil the broccoli, and I'll bring this to a simmer. Alright, it's time for the veg to rejoin the party. In it goes. Then the lid goes on, the heat goes down, and this will simmer for about 10 minutes until the broccoli's fork tender. It's been 8 minutes and the broccoli's ready. You can see how there's just the slightest resistance when I pierce them with a fork. We're in the home stretch. Now to bring back my favorite kitchen tool of the moment. We're going to blitz the soup, but not to totally smooth. It's nice to have a couple of chunks in there. You can see how bright green that soup is. That's exactly what I was looking for. For the final step, I'll add the cheese a little at a time. Stir it in and let it melt. Then add more. till it's all gone. Then a quick taste. And hit it with a bit more salt. And pepper. And that should do it. So here we go. Hot, nutritious, and most important of all, delicious broccoli and cheddar soup. Now let's pretty this thing up. We'll start with a dollop of sour cream right in the center. That'll add a nice brightness as it's stirred into the soup. Now some more cheese. It'll hide the sour cream that we just placed oh so carefully, and that's okay. It can be a surprise. And to finish, a sprinkle of crunchy, salty, savory bacon. And she's done. It's time for a flyby. Let's see how this tastes. I'm not the biggest fan of broccoli and cheddar soup, but I like this. Now, more important, what will the wife say? I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons before you go, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Babe, soup's ready.